Hello Riyadh. Finally,
Hello.
our second success of Sangam of Hosea with more than CLB 7 on an average. First of all, congratulations, félicitations, Riyadh, for your
Thank you.
success. And
Thank you.
thanks to you, in a period of 2 months, we got our second result.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that you are back with us. And
Mhm.
so, Riyadh, first of all, thanks for your time. And
No
I have
problem.
a set of questions for you because I'm sure
Mhm.
lots of the people who follow us, they would be happy and curious to know how you prepared for this exam called TEF
Mhm.
Canada.
Mhm.
So, Riyadh, my first question, if you can introduce yourself, your background a bit for our subscribers and followers. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, sure. Thank you, Ashok, for having me. My name is Riad Azam. I'm from West Bengal, India, and currently I work uh, as assistant vice president at a social consulting firm. We basically evaluate development projects implemented by United Nations, World Bank, and such multilateral agencies.
Okay.
And apart from that, I love learning languages.
Okay.
I have been associated with the French language in some way or the other for almost 10 years now.
Okay.
I started learning French when I went to the UK at the University of Bath for studying my master's degree in development studies.
Okay.
So, there at my university, we had a foreign language center which offered free language courses to university students.
Okay.
So there I enrolled in the French language program and I started learning from there.
Mm.
And I got very interested. I was very excited.
Okay.
So even when I came back to India,
Mm-hmm.
first I did some online courses on Coursera or some other website.
Okay.
And then I enrolled in Alliance Francaise Delhi. Then I
Okay.
had some private tutors. So my French learning has never happened in a very structured way. It just
Okay.
kept happening, and I just kept interacting with the language.
Okay.
And as a part of my work, also, I use French from time to time because we also
Okay.
evaluate development projects in Francophone African countries,
Mm-hmm.
French speaking African countries.
Okay.
So, as a part of that, I have also traveled to French speaking African countries and conducted interviews and research over there.
Okay. Okay.
So this is how I have been involved with the French language. It was last year when I decided to take the TEF Canada
Okay.
um, in and first I started preparing on my own,
Okay.
but I realized that I need someone to
Mm-hmm.
improve my compréhension orale, to practice my compréhension orale.
Okay.
And then I discovered your profile on Instagram, and if you remember, I
Mm-hmm.
sent you a message, and that is how I began to be associated with you, and here we are.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, it means you already had a fairly good level of French before you started your prep
Yes,
for Canada.
yes.
And okay. And what was the most challenging part for you during this whole journey of preparing for TEF Canada exam?
The most challenging part.
Yes.
Okay. I think I mean, others might have a different opinion, but for me, the challenging part was not the preparation. The challenging part for me was the day of the exam
Okay.
because I had a very set structure for my preparation. I would the days when I would be tired after my work or I
Mm-hmm.
would just feel lazy, those days I would do a comprehensive écrite or a comprehensive oral practice because it slightly requires a little bit, it felt a little bit more easy to me. And the days when I felt very fresh, those were the days I would give to production oral.
Okay.
And with production oral, what I tried doing was that I would take both section A and section B as one unit, which
Mm-hmm.
means that if I'm sitting for a production écrite, I would try to make sure that I practice both the sections. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, it did not happen all the time. Sometimes you just felt tired, sometimes you felt lazy, sometimes you just did not feel like it. But what I kept in my mind was that I need to do both the sections, otherwise, I would tell myself that I have not fully practiced
Okay.
production écrite today.
Okay.
Having said that, I think for me, the challenge would be the day of the exam. I think I shared this with you also
Yeah.
once. I would start feeling anxious from the afternoon of the day before the exam. Like I would literally feel
Okay.
very anxious. I would feel my uh, heartbeat race. I would
Mhm.
feel very tensed.
Okay.
And I think the reason why I required multiple attempts to qualify the exam was not because I was
Mhm.
lacking in my knowledge or understanding of the French language, but it was because I was not able to hold my nerve during
Mhm.
the exam. And for others who would watch this video, others who are preparing, I would like to tell you all that success of your TEF Canada exam, 70% of it is your preparation, is your knowledge and understanding of the French language, and 30% of it is how much you're able to hold your nerve on the day of the exam. In fact, I feel the exam is also designed in such a way that
Okay.
it not only tests your knowledge of French, it also tests your ability to remain calm under pressure.
Okay.
So I would tell everyone who is watching this, who is going to watch it, who is going to take the exam, that
Mhm.
make sure you also work on staying calm. You also work on,
Mhm.
keeping yourself cool and steady under pressure. That is that is as much important as your preparation.
Okay. Got it. It does make sense. And
Uh-huh.
especially for your two sections of the exam, comprehension orale and comprehension écrite,
Right.
it's more about comprehension. It's more about input and comprehending the stuff. How
Yeah.
did you prepare and how did your scores improve over the the attempts that you gave?
Right. So somehow my biggest challenge was production écrite. In fact, what happened with me for at least two attempts was that I scored CLB 7 or above across all the sections except production écrite. I didn't know what was going wrong.
Okay.
Uh, what I tried doing was that, of course, there is one element that you practice as many exercises as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, what I was also trying to do was trying to immerse myself in the with the French language.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is that all of us today use social media in some form or the other. We use Instagram, Facebook, we watch videos on YouTube, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say is that I had liked or started following a lot of pages in French on social media in areas that I'm interested in or passionate about. For example, I'm very passionate about football, so I used to follow a lot of pages on football in on Instagram. I would subscribe to channels on YouTube. And you know how social media works. Once you start watching some certain kind of content, it keeps coming on your feed. So
Yes.
with that, what happened is that I would regularly get videos, articles, memes on my feed. So I would look at them as much as possible. And there, if I saw some interesting word, some sentence that I'm not able to understand, I would note them down.
Mm-hmm.
And I would try using them in my production oral or production écrite. For example, I there is this famous French newspaper called Le Monde. I think most of us who learn French know about it. So I
Mm-hmm.
had downloaded an app of Le Monde,
Okay.
and I had switched on its notifications. So whenever any new news item would come, I would receive a notification on my phone, and I
Nice.
would see if that notification is of interest to me.
Mm-hmm.
If it is, I would click it to read it further.
Okay.
So while reading one such article, I came across an expression called "Le tableau est encore noir,"
Okay.
which means the situation is still bad. The situation is still has not improved yet. And I
Mm-hmm.
think they use that expression in relation to uh, condition of female school students in some country, that the quality of their education has still not improved. So
Mm-hmm.
they said that le tableau est encore noir. So
Mm-hmm.
I jotted it down, and then I tried using it in my production écrite section B, especially where I was
That is.
trying to say that the government has taken a lot of steps, mais la situation est encore noire, or le tableau est encore noir.
Okay.
And Another thing I realized after two attempts is that making mistakes in grammar, making mistakes in conjugation, particularly in production écrite, hurts your score. So
Yeah.
I tried making as much as possible to ensure that my copy is as much as possible grammatical error free. And
Mhm.
I particularly struggled with agreements in passé composé and imparfait. Like I would always make some error or the other, so I would keep going back to them.
Mhm.
And I would say that now we also have AI. AI is also a very good tool. It can help you. So
Mhm.
what I would usually do is that once I've written my production create section A, section B, I
Mhm.
would put them to ChatGPT and give the instruction that review this section as a TEF Canada examiner and suggest my areas of improvement and correction. And what I tried to do was that I would see which are the areas am I making mistakes in. Is it grammatical? Is it spelling? Is it sentence construction? And I
Mhm.
would try keeping improving this. So what I would say is that apart from your the task you spend in doing your production écrite, production era, oral, practicing your comprehension écrite and oral, please also try to immerse yourself with the language.
Mhm.
Consume content in French.
Okay.
Okay, no matter whichever area you work in.
Okay.
Uh, just please give me a second.
Sure, sure, sure.
1 second, please.
I'll edit it. No worries.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
So yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
So, one important question, Riyadh, you have gotten, as per your recent result, CLB
Mhm.
7 in writing and
Yeah,
spoken, and
yeah,
CLB 9 in listening, and
mhm,
CLB 10 in written comprehension.
yeah.
So, after having taken classes with me,
Mhm,
how did your progress, it improved even more? And
mhm.
what key takeaways would you want to basically
Yeah,
share with our subscribers that you learned with us, which
yeah,
helped you improve your scores and finally clear the exam with minimum CLB 7 in all the four
yeah,
sections?
yeah, sure. So, to answer this question, I'll answer it in two parts.
Okay.
First, I want to talk about the biggest challenge that I was facing before joining your classes and how you helped me improve that. And and it does not relate to knowledge of French directly. Then
Okay.
I'll talk about the part related to your acumen in French. So, like I mentioned earlier, my biggest challenge was my inability to hold my nerve under pressure on the exam day. Like, I
Okay.
think the reason why I was failing was because I was not able to manage my stress. I think the biggest improvement that I had once I joined your classes was I think you were the first tutor who helped me understand, who helped me put my finger on the fact that the thing that was holding me back was not my knowledge of French, but my inability to hold my nerve. I think before that I did not even consider it to be an issue. I just felt that I need to more practice. I need to improve my grammar further. I need to do more listening practices and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was once I started doing these classes, I understood that uh, it was this 30% of the preparation, the day of the exam, which was holding me back. Second, with I think the biggest, as far as exam practice is concerned, the biggest benefit I found with you was on the production oral. And with you, the way we were doing production oral, I think sort of deliberately to prepare me for the exam, you were giving me difficult topics, difficult in the sense that they were really unusual topics.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing that I appreciated a lot from your end was that you were mixing up the sections. So you would give me an actual section B question and ask me to do it as a section A
Yes.
question, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing that you were doing, where you were deliberately putting me under pressure, forcing me to go out of my comfort zone and think harder, I think that prepared me a lot for the day of the exam.
Mhm.
And production écrite, I think even though I scored NCLC 7, I missed NCLC 8 for one point in that skill, which
Okay.
I think I made some conjugation error or some a couple of silly mistakes. But I want to tell everyone that mistakes will happen.
Yeah.
It is very natural. Our goal should be to strive to minimize them as much as possible, and you can only do that when you are going in with a clear head, when you are going in with the ability to uh, remain calm. And the night before the exam is as important as the day of the exam, so make sure you're sleeping. Like, my exams would start at 9:30, so I had to make sure that I have to go there by 9, so make sure you're having a good night's sleep,
Mhm.
because all of these things matter a lot.
Yes.
Like I've said twice that 70% is your knowledge of French and 30% is your day of the exam. So
Yeah.
please do not neglect that element.
Okay. Thanks a lot for sharing this thing in
Yeah,
so much of detail,
yeah.
Yad. And one thing, your scores have been exceptional when it comes to writing comprehension and also
Mm.
listening, comprehension, 10 and 9 respectively, and
Yeah.
10 in written comprehension. So anything specific that you did, or you found the section easy?
So what I would say is that with it is important to understand the pattern and the way they are asking these questions. So
Okay.
let me talk about comprehensive écrit first. So with comprehensive écrit, what happens is that they try to trick you. How do they do that? There will be certain words, certain phrases in the sentence. You look at that and you look the options, you see that that sentence is present in the options, so this would be the correct answer. But
Mm-hmm.
that is actually a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Often the questions will be such like quelle est l'idée principale de ce document. Okay, so they will ask you what is the principal idea. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say you have a text where they are saying that uh, I'm saying it in English, that recently I went on a vacation um, to Paris, and I really loved the people over there who are very warm and hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
The Eiffel Tower was very beautiful, and I ate crepes, which were very delicious. So let's say you have a text like this, and the question will be, why did the person love Paris so much? What was the main reason why the person loved Paris so much? And in the options, you will see that there is one option: the crepes were very delicious, the people were very warm and the people were nice and charming.
Mm-hmm.
So what you will do is that usually what people do, they see that, oh, I can see that the food was very delicious mentioned in the text, they'll go and take that one. But no, that is actually a trap. What they are trying to test you is, have you been they are actually testing your ability to interpret implied meaning of a text. So your what is the principal thing? So make sure that you keep your mind open and read each and every word of the reading comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
Be successful. And with the comprehension oral, the key thing is to look at your question and your options thoroughly before the audio is being played.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the audio, just focus on that and match with that. And if for any reason you haven't been able to find the answer and your screen moves and you move on to the next question, then do not think back about that answer. If it is gone, just let it be gone. Now focus on the new question. If you have a new question and your mind is still stuck at the previous question, you'll end up missing both. So this is something I tried doing. If I'm unable to find the answer of some question by the time I'm given and the screen shifts to next one, you automatically have to detach your mind and bring it to the new one. This is a very dangerous trap that many students fall into, because of which they mess up and lose a lot of marks. If a question is gone, it is gone. Do not think about it. Think about what you have right now in your hand.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And probably one of the last questions, Riyadh. After this, I have only one question at the end.
Yeah.
How was your reaction when you saw your result? Finally, you have cleared your exam. finally, and that with a good score. Even though you were clearing the exam with good scores previously as well, but this time
Yeah.
you were above the mark. So,
Yeah.
how was your reaction and that
So
moment?
I think a lot of credit to me being successful this time goes to my wife also. This time she accompanied me to the exam center,
Okay,
and she made sure she played a huge role in keeping me stress free. Like
okay,
she was sitting there clicking, and I took my exam at Alliance Forces Kolkata,
okay.
which is located in a heritage building, and it is very beautiful.
Mhm.
And I'll invite other people to come and see Alliance Forces Kolkata if you haven't.
Mhm.
It's a marvelous heritage building. It's amazing.
Mhm.
So she went there. She was clicking pictures. She was chatting with other people there. So because of all of that, my mind was very calm. And usually, what Alliance Forces Kolkata does is that it releases the results on the same day of the exam, right within 3 to 4 hours of the exam. This time, after I came back from the exam, I kept checking my emails after every 15, 20 minutes, and I saw it did not come. It did not come the next day also. It came I took my exam on 24th February, it did not come on 24th February, it did not come on 25th.
Okay,
It came at the noon of 26th. And
okay,
I was just having a nap after my lunch that day.
okay.
And then I wasn't able to sleep. I again opened my email and I saw my results had come, and I checked and I saw that I passed. And then I screamed, telling my wife that finally this time I'm done. And then I hugged her and started crying. So it was a
Awesome.
bit of an emotional moment for me.
Definitely.
But yeah, I felt a lot of relief. My mind is finally like I feel like a heavy load has
Yeah,
uh, come down. So yeah.
great. Okay. And last question, Riyadh. I have
Hmm,
a set of students who are really good, when it comes to spoken and even writing and all. They are
hmm,
almost at level CLB 5, and I'm very sure a lot of crowd
hmm,
will be watching this video. They might be stuck at level CLB 4 and 5. Although the jump from 5 to 7 is a huge jump, but
hmm,
in 5 you are almost like an independent, speaker of the language. You can progress a lot. You can do a lot of self-learning. So, what would be your advice for somebody who's at almost at level CLB 5 in all the four sections?
hmm,
How should he prepare? Even my students, how should they prepare
hmm,
for this exam and even TCF? Because of both the exams at the base
hmm,
they are the same.
hmm.
For them, what would be your advice?
So I think first thing that I will tell everyone is that uh, language learning and exams like the TEF require patience.
Okay.
Please do not be in a hurry thinking that I have CLV 7. If I take it again in the next month, I'll move to CLV, move from CLV 5 to 7. That patience is what rewards you. You
Okay.
have to be patient. And what I myself realized and would like to tell others is that a little bit of practice every day is much better than practicing a lot once in
Yes.
a while.
Yes.
So what I would tell them is that, of course, you have your regular usual practice, but apart from that, make sure that the days when you do not have, we all are busy. Some of us are studying, some of us have jobs, some of us have family members to take care of. So it's absolutely natural that you won't be able to study every day at a very high intensity. So on the days that you are not able to study a lot, at least put on your headphones, listen to a podcast in French. We all scroll our through our phones sometimes or the other. Open a website, learn a new word, learn a new vocabulary, note it down somewhere, save it on your phone. So some sort of engagement on a daily basis, and that patience. So it is not, it is magic, but it will not happen like magic. You have to keep working hard, keep working a little bit every each and every day. And um, you then decide that what is the point at which you are feeling confident that yes, now I think I can go and crack CLB 7. If you are taking classes with a tutor, take your tutor's honest opinion, what they think. Do they think that you are ready to go? If a tutor, an honest tutor, will often give you the right feedback. They'll tell you that no, you are not ready yet, or this
Yeah.
is what is going to happen. So I think your tutor's feedback, your own assessment of your capacity, is very crucial in making a decision. And keep practicing a little bit every day. If you are not able to, so what I usually do, because I have a full-time job, so Mondays to Fridays I would keep it for the immersion activities. I would keep it for the slightly less tedious
Immersion.
stuff,
Easy.
and weekends would be the periods where you have those bursts of practice, like you clock in 5 to 6 hours during the
Mhm.
weekends.
Okay.
Like what I would aim to do is that in the morning I'll do this, in the at night I'll do. Of course, that won't happen always,
Mhm.
but you have to have that structured approach in your mind. You need to have this roadmap and try following it as much as you can.
Got it. Okay. Riyad, now a quick section, which is just gonna take a minute maximum, et ça va
Ah,
être en français pour tout le monde. C'est pour
oui, absolument, pas de problème.
oui, c'est pour juste montrer aux gens que ça demande vraiment une maîtrise de cette langue. C'est pas quelque
Oui,
chose qu'on peut faire juste avec les épreuves
oui,
blanches. Alors, ce seront des questions rapides, Riyad.
oui,
Je vais
absolument.
te poser à cette question 8 et tu vas me répondre 8 avec oui ou non et même avec une phrase, mais très court. OK?
Ok, pas de problème, pas
Alors,
de souci.
la première question, Riyad, est-ce qu'on peut préparer pour le TEF à partir de zéro en 4 mois?
Non, pas du tout. Je crois pas que c'est possible. Comme j'ai déjà dit, apprendre une langue telle que le français ou n'importe quelle langue,
Mhm.
cela exige beaucoup de patience, beaucoup de discipline.
OK.
Il faut pratiquer tous les jours. Non, je crois pas que c'est possible.
D'accord. Deuxième question. Est-ce que la grammaire est-elle le plus important pour le TEF et TCF? La grammaire est
Euh,
plus important?
je dirais que c'est important absolument, mais
Mhm.
Euh, il faut mettre l'accent sur toutes les choses,
D'accord.
la grammaire, la pratique.
Mhm.
Je crois que toutes les choses, ce sont importantes.
OK. La troisième question. Est-ce qu'on peut obtenir CLB7 sans pratiquer l'oral ou peut-être la pratique de l'oral, mais pas beaucoup?
Non, 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 non. Il faut pratiquer toutes les quatre compétences
D'accord.
et il faut pratiquer. Euh, il faut,
Mhm.
comment on peut dire, Euh, on ne peut pas ignorer n'importe quelle compétence. Il faut pratiquer la compréhension orale, la compréhension écrite, la production orale et la production écrite, parce que si quelqu'un manque les notes nécessaires sur le
Mhm.
un des quatre compétences, tu vas pas gagner les points nécessaires pour euh, la résidence permanente. Donc,
Mhm.
il faut pratiquer toutes les compétences et il faut déposer des temps séparément pour les pratiques.
D'accord. Et est-ce que le TCF, c'est plus difficile que TCF?
Honnêtement, je ne peux pas répondre à cette question parce que je n'ai pas préparé pour le TCF, mais je crois que c'est chacun peut décider comme son préférence.
Mhm.
Euh, Si quelqu'un veut prendre les TEF ou les TCF, c'est à lui à décider.
D'accord. Et est-ce qu'il faut apprendre beaucoup de vocabulaire par cœur pour réussir cet examen?
Hmm. Hmm.
Vite.
Je dirais il faut être précis et il faut être naturel avec l'utilisation des vocabulaires.
OK.
Euh, donc, je dirais qu'il faut écouter au podcast, lire des articles sur les journaux pour que tu puisses comprendre comment les Français utilisent les vocabulaires dans les textes ou dans les audios. Et il faut essayer d'utiliser
Mhm.
les vocabulaires dans une manière naturelle.
D'accord. Et est-ce que les templates sont très utiles pour TEF et TCF?
Oui, mais à la fin, il faut écrire quelque chose ou dire quelque chose pendant le jour d'examen. Les templates sont absolument utiles, mais il faut les utiliser avec euh, Il faut les utiliser avec les précautions et avec...
Consistent.
oui, exactement.
D'accord. OK. Et la dernière question, hein, est-ce que c'est possible de passer ces examens comme TEF, TCF sans professeur si vous êtes un professionnel, si vous travaillez?
Sans professeur, je ne sais pas comment on peut pratiquer la production orale
Mhm.
sans un professeur ou au moins quelqu'un qui parlait couramment le français. Donc, je dirais que non. Au moins pour la production orale, il faut prendre des cours avec un professeur.
Cool. Merci d'avoir répondu à nos questions, Riyad.
Pas de
With this,
souci.
we'll end us a session.
Mm.
Uh, Congrats again for receiving your ITA, Riyadh. And I
Yeah,
hope that I see you very soon in Canada. Perhaps I see you there
sure. Very
directly.
soon.
And
Very
lots of
soon.
success to you. And thanks a lot for your time, for your
Thank you.
guidance, for your advices for our students.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Cool. I'll just end